Hi, welcome to our fourth video on Awaken Your Inner Light. This one is all about prayers. So after you have worked on yourself and moving the energy through pranayama and going within in meditation, releasing the resistance, and healing your inner child wounds, your thoughts, your belief system, and bringing more awareness to your actions and to your thoughts by self-contemplation, we're next going to move into prayer. And prayer has really been the one of the biggest needle movers on my sense of ease in life. I used to, before I got into prayer, I would think like I had to do everything that I needed to create. And how am I going to bring comfort to myself? How am I going to bring in, yes, we have to do some of the work, but by surrendering and putting your prayers out to the universe, you allow support to come to you, and you can release all of your ego-based fears and worries and to surrender control to the universe. So where you can start to allow more freedom and fluidity to happen in your life. And when we are stuck, or when we are in this place of this constant reinforcing of like negative behaviors, beliefs, blocks, we it creates a blockage. And even if we're in like this negative feeling, this negative thought, or this pushing, forcing, trying to make something happen, that creates resistance, and it doesn't allow fluidity and flow. And so when we can release our concerns out into the world and ask for guidance, ask for support, it releases that resistance, and then things just naturally happen to come to you without even trying. So the resistance creates blocks. The blocks creates, you're not able to, for what you want to happen. And so when you're in the space of joy, ease, and fluidity, that vibration matches the vibration of the universe that's out there to bring that goodness back to you. So you're in that state of ease and happiness and good and joy and fun. And then you just keep sending out these vibrations, and the universe keeps matching those vibrations to you. And then life, you really could start to feel like, oh my God, I've created this, like life is working for me. Wow, this is wonderful. I asked for it and here it is. And I didn't even have to work that hard for it. And it just showed up. You really can start to see miracles in life. And when you're in the synchronicity of life, or when you're in that flow, synchronistic events happen, and you're like, oh my God, I was just thinking about you when you called me. And you just start to see like everything's like working for you, and life becomes so much more easy, and you start to really have the experiences that your true heart wishes for. So to me, oh my goodness, when I realized like I could release my fears out into the world, out into the universe, and let them go. And then I had faith that that the universe had my back, and that I was going to be cared for and looked after. It just created a whole sense of security and safety within me. Um, and I'll briefly, there's so many different things in which prayers have truly saved me. But the first time that I experienced prayer, my husband had been gone at night a lot, and this was many years ago, and I was really, really scared to be at home alone at night, and I couldn't sleep. Every time he'd be gone, I couldn't sleep. I had so much fear. And I remember a friend saying, you can ask angels and God to look after you and to protect you. And I was like, what? I can? okay. And so one night I did that, and I was able to completely not, I could sleep. My heart wasn't racing all night. I wasn't in that fear. I wasn't in that paranoia. And I finally was like, oh my God, I can do this. I can be home alone at night. Wow, I can do this. And I every time I had a fear or a worry, I would just ask that God to send in his angels and please protect me and my daughter and look after us. And we were just, I just felt very peaceful and like, okay, that fear is released and I can now just, surrender and be at peace and ease. Then once I discovered these like incredible prayer books, I have quite a few. I have Miracle Prayer, From Questioning to Knowing, Uplifting Prayers to Light Your Way. These prayer books, I was able to um, look through them and find something that I was really at one point, I was really searching to find my purpose and to find alignment with my soul's calling. And so there'd be prayers about that, and I would just um, all the I would first before I would pray about it, I would worry about it, and I would constantly obsess and think and like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What's the next step to take? How am I going to serve? And I'm so confused. I'm so stuck. I don't know what to do. Should I take that class? Should I do this? Should I do this? And that chaos just creates more chaos, and I just would stay stuck in this feeling of like, oh, I don't know what to do, until I found the prayer. And I would do prayer for alignment to my highest soul's calling. I would say it and I would repeat it out loud to the universe every morning after my meditation. And I would just release it and let it go and be done. And having faith that in time, maybe not my timing, but in God's timing, that all would be taken care of. And it is. And it always is. It always is. The more you can surrender and release out into the universe, you're taken care of. God will take care of you, and the universe takes care of you, and you'll be able to have so much more peace, so much more health. I'm going to read you a prayer on forgiveness. So this was one of the first prayers that I really, really strongly worked with. I thought that it really helped me to release like deep-seated pain that I was experiencing within. A lot of it was self-directed, and a lot of it was outside directed towards others. And by this prayer for forgiveness, I would recite it every day, and I would try to do it, for as many days at a time as I could until I really felt complete with that prayer, and then I would move forward. But prayer just, to me, it gets me right into my heart, and in that heart space, that's where you're really able to just be in that your truth, that truth of love and joy, and following, the breadcrumbs, the trails that takes you to where you're supposed to be and who you're supposed to be with and what you're supposed to say and what you're supposed to do. And it just allows you to really come into that place of happiness and getting out of that victim mode and back into that place of like, I'm a creator of my reality. And also by saying this, you're sending out ideas and vibrations to the universe like, hey, I want help with this. Please help me, because I want to up level my being, and I want to be the best being that I can be. And so please help me and guide me and direct me. And like the universe responds to that, everything will respond to that for you. And you have to be able to listen and to witness and to recognize when the universe is responding to you. I think that's key in really, witnessing the miracles that take place, and thanking the universe. Like, wow, I asked for that, and thank you. You brought that to me. Oh my God, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. And And you just keep reinforcing that, and you just keep the vibration like uplifted and good, and the universe just keeps responding back to you. So I'm going to take a minute and read you this prayer for forgiveness, and so you can just let it settle into your body and your being and see how that maybe shifts your energy. So this is by Lisa Barnett from Questioning to Knowing. I love this book. Divine Spirit Source, please move me into a state of forgiveness towards anyone or anything that has hurt me, consciously or unconsciously, from the beginning of time to this present moment. I now forgive them and I release the energy of the past. Divine Spirit Source, please move me into a state of forgiveness towards myself for any hurt that I have caused others, consciously or unconsciously, from the beginning of time to this present moment. I now forgive myself and I release the energy of the past. Divine Spirit Source, please move me into a state of forgiveness towards myself for any hurt that I have caused myself, consciously or unconsciously, from the beginning of time to this present moment. I now forgive myself and I release the energy of the past. I invoke the grace and the power of forgiveness to transform my body, mind, and heart as I return to a state of divine innocence. And so it is. Blessed be. Amen. Now that's a powerful prayer for forgiveness. And if you would like to make up your own, but release it out into the world, surrender it. I also know that at one time I was like going through a really hard, I had a decision that I had to make, and it was really, really, really challenging for me. And my mind thought one way, oh, I should do this. But I was so torn that I didn't know what to do. And so I remember I asked God, I said, God, please, if it's best in my highest and best good for me to move in this direction, please guide me. And if it's in my highest and best good for me to be in this direction, please open my heart and guide me. And I released it out. And by that release, oh my goodness, I was amazed at what transpired. How my mind, my ego thought I needed to do this. Once I went deep within and went into my heart and asked for help, I allowed my heart to guide me. And then, the answer was revealed clearly to me. And it was a very beautiful, graceful experience. And that's what these prayers do. They get you into your heart, out of your head, and allow the universe to respond to you, and it allows you to just lift the worries, lift the frustrations, lift the fretting about things, and just lift it off of your shoulders so that you can just go throughout your day with much more ease and flow and grace and not be so burdened down. So I truly hope that you embrace this, these prayers, and look on Amazon, look at your local bookstore for books on prayers. They're truly helpful and really life-changing. So I hope that this video has served you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you.